What's good, y'all? It's your boy Need for Sheed coming back with another episode of my podcast. I'm just reminiscing. And today I got another special guest on with me, my sister, Miss Chelsea Parker. Miss Chelsea,
What's
can
up?
you tell the people what's up?
What's up, y'all? Hi.
As you can see, man, I was happy to have her on today. We got busy schedules and we finally found a day to link up. She was like, hey, I got you at this time. I was like, bet we can make it happen. So I'm just glad she was able to come in and talk with me today, just talking about how life was for us growing up.
Me too. Like for real. I've been trying to get this to happen. Come on, Smoke. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep my dog from playing with his squeaky toy. So that won't be the only thing you
And
hear.
we love pets around here, so y'all understand. We love pets, man.
But yeah, I'm happy we finally could make this happen. Like for real. It's always nice to catch up, especially since you done moved all the way across Tennessee and everything.
Facts. On the other side, but hey, everywhere I go, I'm still Memphis 10.
Of
Everywhere I
course.
go, still Memphis 10, so it don't even matter. So, like I started off with everybody, how was life like for Chelsea growing up?
Whew. Life was dramatic for Chelsea growing up. If I had to use a simple term, um, I like to tell a lot of people that I never really had a childhood. I felt like I had to grow up a lot faster than I wanted to, just due to the environment that I was in and the situations that I was placed in
Yeah.
as a child. I mean, you know, my mom, she did her best being a single mom. That's all she can do. But I made the best out of it. Me and my sister, she was always there for me. And here you go.
That little
She
squeak
was
squeak
always
and
there
like
for me and my uncles. And it was always good to have somebody to talk to. My mom was working a lot. So for the most part, I was just in the books, reading, trying to find escapes and trying to find ways to not think about some of the situations I was in. So I got into sports.
mm-hmm.
That's when I realized I enjoyed basketball. A lot of people thought that I was going to go to the WNBA. Not happening, but it's okay. Um, but Chelsea, as a child, was already an adult, so I like to say that now I'm living my childhood. Um, with this freedom that I have, this ability to just hop up and go because I don't have any responsibility at the moment, you know,
That's a
to be 25 with no children.
blessing and a curse to be able to go wherever you want to, but boy, that's a blessing and a curse. I tell you.
Exactly. So just taking advantage of it as I can right now. But yeah, as a child, I was too busy being grown. So,
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to block out everything that was happening. So hey, you take what you can and you keep it moving. So that's
exactly.
understandable. What elementary school you went to?
White's Chapel Elementary is down in Boxtown. I don't know if many people know of it.
Probably not.
Um, More than likely not. I wasn't a big school hopper, so that school is like I don't know what to call it. Everyone in my family dang near went to that elementary school.
Okay.
Um, our family home is literally right down the street from it, where our grandmother and our grandfather lived. So everyone was brought in through that house, and you went to White's Chapel, kindergarten through sixth grade. You walked your little butt down that street to school every morning. Like my cousins, my sister and my cousins, we all went there together. My mom and her brothers, they all went there together. So it's not, unfortunately, it's not there anymore, but we have a lot of memories with that school.
Yeah, my mom and them, and my dad and them, they was like that too. They went to being in South Memphis, growing up in South Memphis. They went to Florida, Kansas elementary school,
Yeah.
and then they went to. I think when they left there, they all went to Riverview. They all went to Riverview Middle, And then when they got older, it was either Carver or BTW.
Oh, okay.
It was either Carver or BTW, but all of them ended up going to Carver. So that's how it was. That's just how it was. It's either Carver or BTW. That's the two options. And my mom almost went to BTW, but she ended up going to Carver. And she was a hooper too. So I already know how that feeling is. And just like how you grew up down the street, my elementary school down the street from my house. It was around the corner
Okay.
down the street. So it was literally like a 5 minute, 6 minute walk to the school. It was right there.
Mine was legit a 3 minute walk. Like
Yeah.
it was a straight shot.
Once you get to the street and make once because we was a house right before the cove. So we was right there. As soon as you walk out my house, you make a left and you go down. As soon as you make as soon as you come around, make another left, straight shot. It's right there on the right side. Right there, Cromwell Elementary. So yeah, I understand that feeling. You do a lot of activities in elementary school. You go on field trips and stuff like that.
We did. It's crazy though because you know a lot of people say when they were in elementary school, that's when they were introduced to MLK and everything, and the hotel, Lorraine Motel, and that was one trip we never went on.
For real, y'all never went to the Civil Rights Museum?
We never went to the Civil Rights Museum. We never went to the Lorraine Motel. Where we did go religiously was the Chucalissa Museum, and I freaking hated going to the Chucalissa Museum.
Never been there. I went to the what was that? The Rock and Roll Motel. Hotel. The Rock and Roll something downtown. I forget that. Been to Redbirds. Been to the Redbird Stadium before. Graceland. Now that was a trip we didn't care about.
Right.
I went just to get out of school. Of course, we went just to get out of school. We didn't care about the trip. We cared about what we was going to eat. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Hard Rock Cafe, I think is what it's called, downtown by the FedEx Forum and all that around there. That's what we did, but yeah, I never went to that place.
And we went to the Chucalissa Museum at least twice a year. I freaking hated it. My favorite trip we went on would probably be the Fire Museum. I really enjoyed going to the Fire Museum. Oh, no. The Children's Museum.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. Bruh. That's fun every time.
Bruh, the Children's Museum, man, turned up. I was a boss. So I appreciated that.
I went there to the Stax Museum. They had the Stax Museum downtown. I forgot, not downtown. The Stax Museum, though. But yeah, when we had stuff growing up like Celebration Station and
Jillian's
and Jillian's, and we had Liberty Land for a little bit. Liberty Land was our hole in the wall music park.
Yes.
It was small. It was like, bro, nobody's coming here to go to Liberty Land. This ain't Six Flags. This ain't Disney World.
Nah, everybody was going there to get the custom-made shirts and hats, bro.
And ride rides for cheap.
Yes.
Because they were death traps. Got the goddamn Zip and Pippin was a death trap. that wooden roller coaster would kill you.
And it was the main attraction.
Man, and then what was the Rebellion?
The Rebellion.
I was like, we got our own little Superman ride. And then once you see how big the Superman really is, you was like, nah, never mind.
Nah, I ain't getting on that.
You ain't getting on that. I ain't getting on that.
I'm not a big roller coaster fan anyways, but I let everybody have it. I was there for the food and the kiddie rides.
Oh yeah, the food was always.
I knew I was there.
But like I say, it was affordable. So it was like, it wasn't overpriced. Even though we was kids and we weren't paying for nothing, I can still remember them prices. It wasn't that bad. You go to Six Flags, you spending guap to get it. Now. But we had bowling and all that too. Winchester, we used to go Winchester bowling all the time. That one, what's the other one?
All-Star.
Yeah, All-Star on Quince.
Yep.
So yeah, that was, man. Yeah, man, I miss those times. Y'all have field day? Y'all had field day?
We did have field day, and it's like something that people probably would never guess about me. Tried to be like my mom in elementary school. I joined the majorette squad, bro. Like I was out there in a skirt and I'm twirling the baton and it's dropping. And I'm just like, so we just gonna keep doing this two-step the whole time? Like
Majorettes have no routines. Them things be the same.
none.
None. Y'all do the same.
That's it.
Swirl.
Just keep the
Swirl with
crowd
white
in
shoes
it.
on.
Man, we had one performance. I said, bro, I'm not doing this anymore.
Majorettes don't pick up until high school. High school, they do a little bit more. High school and definitely college. But high school do way more. Y'all look at drumline, they do that for real. In college, they do that for real. but
yeah, we had the field days, and then like around Halloween, they would do a haunted house for us.
Oh,
they kind of decorate the basement or whatever, and I was like, okay, I'll rock with it, but I'll do this with y'all. Okay. They were real. It was a real family oriented elementary school.
Because everybody neighborhood probably go there. Everybody neighborhood go there. Hey, bro, what's the point of me not taking you to this elementary school down the street? You literally right here.
Right down the street. Like, it's the only bus that's coming down here to the only school. I mean, people could have gone to Doubletree, don't get me wrong, but you gonna be walking or your mama gonna be dropping you off because it's the only bus line coming down here, partner. So yeah, but after I left, are we done with that one?
Oh no, you good. We just moving around. We just had sock hops and stuff at our joint. But
oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
You one of the few people that I've talked to that said they actually had sock hops at elementary school. Most people, no, we didn't do no, we had nothing like that. I was like, for real?
Yeah, you know, because that's what made me get on the drum line. I was like,
it was fun.
That was another thing. I was like, I can't remember my music teacher name, but I would go to him and be like, I wanna play the snare. I want to be on the snare. And he was like, do you know how to play? No, I want you to teach me. So we would just be in there practicing. We sounded a hot mess, but it was just because kids enjoyed music. Yes. So they allowed us to do it, and I appreciated it so much. I really did, because I didn't realize how much, music plays a big part in a lot of people's lives, especially mine.
It gets you through. Music, it's one of the few things that connects everybody is music. Yes. Usually it's music, food, and sports. People can find a way to be together on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, music. I listen to music every day. Some way, somehow, I'm listening to music.
I got it playing now.
Yeah, I'm saying right. I'm on Apple Music all the time or YouTube. I was just watching Michael Jackson videos the other day. I was watching his old music videos because I was like, this man put on productions. It wasn't no regular music video, no 2-3 minute video. This was 9, 10, 12 minute videos.
Right.
He got a little mini series going. But I was watching like You Rock My World, one of my favorite.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, music is just, but yeah, man. Field days, we had field days, but the elementary school lunches, hey, I ain't gonna lie. They was hidden. They was hidden a little bit. They was hidden.
Okay, so about elementary school lunch, the only thing I remember is because another thing, I got involved in the spelling bee. So the spelling bee team.
I did too.
I was on the spelling bee team, and I enjoyed just going to other schools because of the luncheon. So I got on the spelling bee team because I wanted to eat meatballs and little finger sandwiches and stuff. And I just enjoyed getting out of school. Like, we used to be gone from about like 8 in the morning till at least 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I love those little trips. I love field trips that took that long. When I saw the field
Yes.
trip, they just said when it's like in middle and high school, it said 9 to 2. I said 9 to 2. I mean, when I get back, I'm out of school. What?
Going home.
Oh, it's $20. I'm gonna have that $20 tomorrow for you because I ain't gotta be in school all day. I gotta go to first period. That's it.
Exactly.
And then we gone.
Man.
That we used to have dance offs and stuff at our soccer clubs. It'd be funny. Folks, that's when bucking was big. When bucking was huge.
Yeah.
Bucking was huge. Elementary and middle school, it was huge. And then, but yeah, them butter cookies though. The butter cookies,
Hey, I still be looking for them hoes.
them butter cookies.
I ain't gonna lie.
The square pieces, they give us square pieces, but them butter cookies they was life. They was hidden. And chocolate chip, both of them hidden.
I always went for the butter though. Like I had to have the butter cookies, and I got my hands on some like a year ago or so.
They still
Man,
good.
I went crazy.
They still good. Them butter cookies still good.
That's the one thing I'm happy that my forever first lady did not change, because I know she did a lot to reform everything about the menu, but like, girl, leave them cookies alone.
Right.
Don't
She
you,
did. She let
don't
them
you touch them cookies.
She's like, I can't lie, y'all. I like the cookies. So I'm gonna leave y'all alone.
Like, who don't like the cookies, right?
But
No.
I mean, it is what it is. You find out you was a good student through elementary school, A and B student.
Yes, I was straight A's all throughout elementary school. I honestly don't think I made my first B. I didn't make my first B until 8th grade.
Oh shit.
I didn't make my first B until 8th grade. Like, my mom was a straight A student. And I pride myself on being the child that was just like her mom. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna do exactly what KP did, you know. So, and I wanted her to be proud of me, not because she wasn't proud of my sister or anything. It was just because that was the standard I held for myself.
Yeah.
So I was always in the books. Like, I remember very well in 4th grade. My teacher had asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I said I want to be a pharmacist like my mom. And she was like, "Well, spell it." So I don't know how to spell it. So she gave me the first letter. She said it starts with a P. I said, "Okay, cool." And I kept going. I was like, "Okay." So if it starts with a P, then that means the H got to be after it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Okay, PH." And then, like, you spell farm FARM, so it must be PHARM, right? And she was like, okay. She kept going with me. And I was like, okay, this is where I messed up. And she was like, go get a dictionary. I was like, I don't want to get a dictionary. So I was just going on in my head. I'm like, how the freak do you spell this word? And eventually I just wrote it on the board. And she was like, how did you spell that? I said, I don't know. I just sounded it out. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm smart.
Like she had her own Aquila and the B moment.
I did.
Going Fishburne, just throwing out words to you. Yeah, figure it out. Get it.
I was so proud of myself in that moment, just to see the shock on my teacher's face. And she was like, how did you spell that? I don't know. I just sounded it out.
Like you, I was big into spelling. I was acing spelling tests. I'm talking about I'm acing them just big words, small words, didn't matter. I'm winning the spelling bee champ. I won it like weeks in a row. I won my first grade spelling bee, beat out all the first graders. I'm like, I did all that stuff too, so I understand it. And because spelling came easy. After a while, I was just like, I mean, it sounds like this, so I'm just gonna go with it.
Right.
And we in elementary school, so you ain't giving me no real hard words.
Right.
You giving me basic stuff.
It's just hard for the level I'm on right now, but this ain't hard.
Right. And then I was like, I could have skipped the grade.
Right.
My mom and them just was like, nah, stay in y'all grades. Cause I think
you too.
Yeah,
Bro, I
they
could
told
have skipped.
me, stay with your class. That's what they told me.
I could have skipped third grade, bro. And my mama was like, "No, you need the experience, man. Fuck that experience."
I think I could have skipped first or second. I think I could. I think it was it was either first or second grade. I could have skipped. I think kindergarten. I think I could have skipped first grade, went straight to second. But I was like, my mom was like, "Nah, y'all stay in grade." Cause I think Mike could have skipped second grade and went straight to third. And they was like, "Nah, y'all stay in y'all grades." But if Mike actually did it, he would have been in his right class because his birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
true.
he would have been in his right class anyway. But they was just like, "Nah, just stay with the class you had." He was like, we was just like, "All right, bro, whatever." Knowing we could have got out there, motherfucker.
All right.
I loved it though. Elementary school, it was so we were so innocent. We were so innocent back then. As far as no worries, bro. The only job you had to do was go to class. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
I
Well,
think my only worry in elementary school was making sure I was at home right at 3 o'clock so I could watch Arthur, bro.
oh yeah. PBS. Oh yeah. Disney, Nickelodeon. Oh, you talking about real shows that we love?
Man,
Bro, watching 106 in Park at 5:30, 5 o'clock, 106 in Park.
yes.
What?
What is you saying?
Well, yes.
But no, I had to catch Arthur right at 3 o'clock. I mean, I need to see you walking down the street. Yes,
Right.
I do.
Walking around, got the Arthur fist ready. Just get it ready for you. You got that, you got Clifford, you got watching Zaboomafoo and watching what was that? Oh shit, I was watching everything.
I was nice. Cyber Chase, that was my shit.
Dragon Tales. I'm watching
Dragon Tales.
Hey, I'm definitely convinced them kids was high.
Yeah.
There's no way you touching that scale and dragons just appear. You just kicking it with dragons. Oh no, they
were licking that scale. They was licking it on the low. Yeah.
The creators of those kids, of that show, they used to get high.
Yeah.
The mom didn't know they was gone either. They would just come back and she was like, "Y'all come down for dinner, or y'all come out here and do this." I was like, "So you ain't notice your kids been in here high for like 30 minutes?"
No.
They was high. Dora was high too. Shit. Swiper, no swiping. High.
Nah, bro, you talking to your backpack. Something wrong with you.
You got a monkey in the backpack. You got a monkey in the backpack to talk to. And your villain is a fox.
Come on,
cuz. Your villain is a fox that can talk.
That you telling to not do something that's in his nature to do. Like, I'm just, what you mean?
Swiper, no swiper. His name is Swiper.
His name is Swipe.
You think he'll windshield wiper or something? What you think this about? A swiper. What do you think? He been just swipe cars all day? No.
Oh my goodness.
I snatch. I take away. So
that's what I do, bro.
Them shows was high. All them shows growing up was high. Recess, the little snitch kid, all he needed was some weed. He got some weed, he'll been straight. He looked.
I really think that they make a bunch of children's shows for adults because they like, bro, the parent, I know they gotta sit here and watch this.
I gotta find something for you to watch, and then if I can you gonna watch it eventually, and I'd be like, you know what? This show ain't that bad.
It ain't that bad. That's gonna go over your head, but I can catch it.
Right. See, like they shows that we get to watch was like Tom and Jerry and Scooby Doo. We watched them, and they was like, I was like, Tom and Jerry is saying nothing, but this joint is lit.
On site every time we pulling up. No word.
This little Jerry is a Home Alone kid. He was raised in that Home Alone house because he got traps for Tom every day. Scooby Doo, we got a talking dog. Shaggy was high. All the time.
That's what the Scooby snacks were.
They was edibles. They was edibles. That's all the Scooby snacks was. That's what I'm saying. Blue's Clues. He was high too.
Bro, because you doodling. You talking to your dog all day, nigga.
Like, bro, you doodling. You got a dog jumping from thing to thing. This little play dog. They was high. The Muppets, Sesame Street, everybody controlling them was high.
Oh yeah.
Big Bird, Cookie Monster, all of them high.
Just based off the voices alone, you knew they was high.
All of them was high. All of them was high. I think wasn't them stuff got laced. I think like Teletubbies and them stuff got laced. And they on some different stuff.
Hey, but bro, when you find out that them damn things was actually like 7 feet tall,
bro, I was like, why did you make them that big? Got these folks dancing around in these Teletubby outfits, knowing it's hot in there. I was like, bro, I need a small air conditioner or something in there. I need something like that in there. Because being that young for 20, shooting 15, 20 episodes a season, man, nope. Maggie was high too. Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, Maggie and them, they high in that too. First of all the shows were made for you to be high and watch them so you can laugh. Rugrats, talking babies, come on now, legit talking, like responsibilities. That's all Tommy.
Responsibilities, yes.
That's all. They in them high too. This man got one screwdriver, one plastic screwdriver that open everything.
And he gonna get the job done every goddamn time.
God, one plastic. It's not even a real screwdriver. They're just plastic, and he popping locks. He popping gates open. He doing all of this.
Yes.
And Susie was a real one.
The only.
She was a real one. She was letting Angelica know this ain't going down like that.
Big dot.
You spoiled, you rich. I'm rich, but I'm humble. You spoiled.
Exactly.
Mama, she was spoiled with a crackhead dog.
Leave the dog alone.
Cynthia had 3 strands of hair. 2 to the side. That's it.
Cynthia ain't do nothing.
Cynthia had that one thing. Reptile was way cooler.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and what's his name definitely was on lane. Grandpa was definitely on lane.
Oh yeah, no, I think he was smoking.
He was knocked every time and woke up at 8. First of all men watch their kids like that. Watch kids like that. Grandkids. Long as we don't hear nothing break or you crying, you can do it. You get away with murder with dad, granddad, uncle. You get away with murder.
What Kevin Hart say? You better not be in that toilet.
That's it. That's all I care about. Everything else,
you better not be in that toilet.
Right. Everything else we can clean up. Everything else we clean up. Anyway, man, life was great growing up. Saturday morning cartoons, everything. Life was great.
Yes.
Life was good. Cereal, cartoons, they went together.
There's a whole song made about it.
Right. The cereal cartoons, you waking up 8, 9 o'clock in the morning because you know that's prime cartoon watching.
Yes.
And then we go outside and do some dumb shit and then come back in.
Always. And we come in before street lights come on.
Man, don't be there before street light go on, see what happens. And sometimes, it depends on how your mama feeling, she give you a little grace period. She give you a couple minutes. Okay, it's supposed to come down then. Okay, you came in 5 minutes after that. I'm not tripping. You was right there.
You made the effort.
Let it be 10 minutes or over that you ain't home.
You ain't think about it. Because it don't take you no 10 minutes to get home.
Right. So you purposely stayed over there.
Ooh.
And no, you didn't want to come on. So you didn't want to come on. You want to stay over there.
So you didn't want to come home. Why you didn't want to come home?
Why
because you knew that you ain't do them dishes that I asked you to do. Right?
You think you grown now, huh? You think you grown.
Okay. All right. Go get a switch.
Right.
Then they make you pull your own.
Right. First of all, pull your own switch. That's cruel and unusual punishment. Make me pick my weapon of destruction? No.
Don't let you choose a
small one. Choose a small switch if you want to. You're going to grab a couple more. And
I'm going with you this time.
And most of the time I got the belt. So I ain't gotta worry about that. Most of the time I got my belt. But my auntie, when she got me a couple times, she like, go outside and give me a switch. I like,
oh me.
I got the belt. Right. My dad with me one time with his hand. I was like, I don't know how it worked.
Yeah, my mom got real mad at me. It was the one time, like, I didn't get a lot of whoopings growing up as a child. because, like I said, I
I had
always
my fair
had to
share.
be the grown one.
Fair
So,
share. 5, 6. Well, I had my fair share. A couple of them. I had my fair share.
see, that's the thing. Like, my mama never had to whoop me. Everybody felt like my mom spoiled me, but
Mhm.
my aunts, they felt like they had to just tear my ass. And I was like, bro, fuck it. But I didn't get a lot of whoopings, but my mom jacked me up one day, and she got so pissed off at me because I had literally gone missing for about 6 hours with my cousin. He told my aunt we were going to Bible study, and we did. We went to Bible study.
Yeah, but he didn't tell the whole study.
He didn't tell the whole story. So like after Bible study, he wanted to go bust a few moves. But like this my big cousin, and I'm with him, like I don't know how to get back home. So I'm following him. Yeah. Them folks caught us coming across an intersection at Bruce Street and Park. And my mom got in my ass. Yeah, that was the first time and the last time she had to do that. So
Yeah. I used to always say, I still say today, I was like, I'll fight my daddy. I was like, bro, this mano y mano. We man on man. We doing all this stuff. My mama, I kind of sleep think she could beat me up. I think my mama got that mama strength. One,
wow.
I ain't finna hit my mama. Two,
Right.
I feel like she can actually hit me and she'll do it. And three, I'm scared of my mama. What? I'm scared of my mama.
Right.
I'm not finna deal with that. And four, I don't need none of my cousins, uncles, or anybody hearing I got to fight with my mama.
Right.
And you put your hands on your mama. I ain't finna deal with that because you finna get jumped. I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. So I can do it. Dad, okay, you get eventually your balls drop and you feel like you could take your dad. It's just we were used to wrestle growing up. So anyway, it was like you feel like you can take your dad if you have to.
Yeah.
But I seen my mom jack my brothers and them up before jack me up. So I seen
Yes.
her do it. I seen my dad jack us up too. So we ain't never get that close a lot. But I
Mm-hmm.
had my fair share of whoopings. My last whooping I got, I was in 8th grade. No, 8th grade, 7th grade, going into 8th grade. Last whooping. I could swim a little bit, not a lot. So I went swimming with my homie, and I didn't tell my mom I went swimming. Uh, so we in there swimming. I ain't gonna lie. I dove down one time. Almost didn't come back up. It was random bullshit. I got back up last second, but I got back up. So it was kind of do shit like that. So I was actually in the clear. So I rode because the pool was like down the street. I got in my bike, rolled back. My other homies, they in the backyard playing basketball. And I didn't know till I got there, my dad or my mama had called and said, "Oh, where's she at?" And one of them niggas said, "Oh, he went swimming."
Where you weren't supposed to be.
Right. Nigga, what? Like, bro, all y'all had to do was like, bro, he had a meeting after school, some shit. Make up a lie to where I can keep the lie going, not this one.
Right.
They told me that shit, so I get there. My brother told me, "Hey, bro, they done did this." So dad called. So my dad called. He's like, "She." I was like, "What up, dad? What up, pop?" He's like, "You went swimming?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Friend always said something, so say that." And then them niggas try to get back on the phone. Nah, he ready to go swim. I was like, "Nigga, the damage is done now." So he was like, "You know you're in trouble, right?" I was like, "All right, I'll see you later." And I was like, "Your mom on her way home." So I was like, "Tell your friends go ahead and leave, and your mom's way home." So I told them that I was like, "Bro, I already know what's gonna happen all day like that." So my dad didn't whoop me, but most of the time my mama whooped me because she was the one that get to me first.
Okay.
She get off first. So she usually either the one picking us up or meeting us at the house. So I'm getting a whooping by her more times than not. So she did that. She got home, whipped my ass. She gave me one of those take your clothes off
Oh.
whoops. Yeah. And then my mama talked when she whooped me. So she was like, "Didn't I tell?" She was one of them.
Weren't all black parents
Oh no, they
like
either do that or they talk fast. "Didn't I tell you stop doing that?" Now she going out.
yeah.
Yeah. She was slow with it. "Didn't we tell you?" And she aiming and moving and stuff. And you like, bro, that belt hit your skin. That thing is real.
Yeah.
Then I was like, bruh, so you already everything went and all that. Yeah, you gotta get the Bible together. I was like, well, I'm pissed off. I was like, all right. But I think she tried to give me a whooping one more time after that, but she could tell it didn't. Like after that, she could tell it was like, all right, it don't phase them no more. That one because it was boom boom and all clothes off and you was getting hit. It was that, and I was like, but after that, she tried like one more time, but that one didn't phase me. It was like, all right, well, that stage of your life. And then
Okay.
she was with me, and then the crazy part that happened, she's like, she ain't come in here. I was like, still, but I'm like, yes, ma'am. And then she had gave me the paper, and it showed on the front page of Commercial Appeal a child that drowned in that pool in their backyard.
Damn.
Yeah. So they showed me that. And then I looked at it and I looked at her. She just staring at me. I was like, all right, mom, you make your point. Make your point.
Okay. I mean, it's like you can't argue at that point. So.
Right. It was like, you made your point. Shit. I was like you too. I made straight A's. I made principals lists sometimes because I used to have ends. So I had all A's and N's. So it's like, why you still talking? It was like, bruh, I was done with my work. I used to finish my work like that.
Yeah.
Then helping other kids, even though it's supposed to be quiet time, I'm helping other folks.
Yeah.
Then the little multiplication tables we had.
Yeah, bro, them just I used to love them. That's when I knew I love math. I love numbers. I love addition, subtraction, multiplication. I just love all of it, man. Like for real, because I would see those sheets of paper and get excited immediately.
They gave her 1 minute. You got 1 minute. They either the smaller one was 1 minute, and then they got a bigger one, and it was like you get 3. But that small junk, it was a minute, and you turn around, it's like 20 something, 20, 30 problem, 100 problem, or something like that. But it was like 5 times 5, 4 times 10. It was like it was
the easy ones.
It was easy ones, but then you get to a couple of them, it'd be like 11 times 12, and you'd be like, hold on, that was.
Oh wait, 11.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back, devil. I'm gonna come back. 6 times 2, 12. I get that one. Right. That 10 times 12, 10 times 13, something just pop up out of nowhere. You be like, hold on, that's 0.
That's the dang on
all right, next one.
Shooting that.
I ain't doing this shit. But yeah, man. Elementary, like I said, I used to get ends and shit. That's one of the reasons I couldn't.
I got like 1 or 2 ends. Yeah. Elementary schools when I tested myself as well. I cursed at my teacher. Mm-hmm. I didn't curse her out. I cursed at her. That folks was getting on my nerves. She was like, Chelsea, I'm gonna call your mom. I was like, call my motherfucking mama. Okay.
We all do both.
But yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed elementary school. I did, because once I got to middle school.
Speaking of middle school, what middle school you went to?
I went to Lanier.
Lanier.
I went to Lanier Middle School in Whitehaven. I was supposed to go to Chickasaw. That's where my sister went. Yeah. Chickasaw. I literally lived right around the corner from Chickasaw. But I didn't want to go there because I got tired of being known as Candace's little sister. I was like, no, I want my own identity. So I went to Lanier instead, and I did create my own identity. And it wasn't the best one, but I mean, it was mine. So I was cool with it or whatever. I'm probably going to have to relocate because my phone finna die.
Oh, no, we still rolling. But yeah, Lanier, I played against Lanier in football my 8th grade year. I only played 1 year of football in middle school. I couldn't get away from that stigma. I wanted to, but I really couldn't get away from that stigma of being Michael Sherrod's little brother.
Of course not.
It was 1, you got 2 older brothers.
Right.
2, everybody, we all grew up together in the neighborhood, so we all know each other as that.
Right.
And We had a basketball court in our backyard. We had an actual court, like a half court in our backyard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where all the basketball sessions went. So everybody in the neighborhood, all around down Winchester and all that stuff, they coming back there, and we playing
Right.
back there. So that's where it's at. So that's what nothing else we had to do. But yeah, I played Lanier. Like I said, played Lanier in football my 8th grade year. They got mad at us, started throwing rocks at our bus. Uh, went to the basketball games because the 8th grade year I used to play. Yeah, so went to the basketball games playing Lanier. It was middle school was a different time. It was
See, Lanier is where I played my first basketball game. That's where I got on the basketball team for the first time in 7th grade. And I realized basketball was not for me. I, I don't get me wrong. I had a fire jumper. I was good on the court. Defense was not my thing. Defense was not my thing. So then I transitioned to softball, and then I realized, oh, softball lit.
Yeah.
Like softball legit. I can take my frustrations out here, throwing balls, hitting balls, creating sisterhood with these women. And like when I got my first home run,
Yeah.
oh, it was so intoxicating. Like I still remember the day I got it. And I was mad because as soon as I got my home run, my mom was running late for that game.
Oh man.
And she walked up as soon as I crossed the home plate. I said, well, god dang, mama, you missed it.
Yeah.
But I have better memories in middle school than I did in elementary school, but they were still like I was still developing, still finding myself, still trying to figure out who Chelsea was. I mean, like I said, I'm 25 and I'm still trying to figure out who I am. I've recently found her. I love her. She pops. She glows. I love her.
You're gonna be remembering like legitly how much you don't know yourself.
Yes.
You don't know that the thing most people think when they get out of high school, I know who I am, or I'm going to find myself. And they get to college trying to find themselves. I'm telling you now. Or you think you know what you know. I was like, bro,
right.
It never.
You do not know at all.
No, it's totally different. You figure out, I kind of don't have that. I kind of don't have that going for me right now. There's more I need to do. But middle school, it was fun to me too. Like I said, me and my brothers, with I went to school with Mike ever since kindergarten.
Okay.
So it'll be like I will always have 2 years without him. So I think, well, except for elementary school, kindergarten, he's in 2nd grade. So when I get to 3rd grade, he's in the 5th grade. I get 4th and 5th grade by myself.
Right.
Go to middle school, he's in the 8th grade. I'm in the 6th. So I get 7th and 8th grade by myself. Get to high school, I got 9th and 10th grade with him. I get 11th, 12th grade by myself.
Right.
So I'm all the older kids. That's how they knew me as she little brother. Now, I mean my little brother. Now that did help in certain instances because people didn't really mess with me too much. A lot of people they'll introduce me to other people because they knew Mike, and I play football. They already know me. A lot of them I played basketball with, or I met them through Mike, knew them through Mike. So the football team, I mean, we got Hayes for like the first time, but they really didn't. They treated me like, bro, you go play. So
right.
it wasn't that bad. But the one thing I always wanted to do, I always wanted to be the transfer student. I always wanted to transfer to a different school because most of the people that I graduated with,
Really?
knowing since kindergarten.
Okay.
Kindergarten or 6th grade. It was either kindergarten or 6th grade. So I've been knowing these people 6+ years.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, bro. I was like, bro, let me transfer like the White Station or something like that. But I almost did it. But that me and Mike almost did it. But middle school, like I was playing football ever since I was 5. So
Mm.
I was playing from 5 to I was 11 or 12. That's when I was playing pee wee football. And then I only played 1 year of middle school ball at my 8th grade year. But it was middle school, nothing in middle school. I learned the difference between sock hops and dances because I used to see the little the 8th grade girls. They was running the concession stand, so I go there. I
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, hey!" They was like my little brother. Oh, cute chubby, all that chubby cheeks and all that stuff, and
Of course.
cool and everything like that. So one dances we go in that joint, and we walk in the dance started like 3 o'clock. We got there like 4. We walk in that joint, and I was like, I see the girls dance and dance. I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
yeah, this where we at now. Oh, this where we doing that. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Elementary school, I just wanted to touch a butt and not get in trouble for it. I wanted to do simple stuff. But then get to middle school, I was like, oh no, this is a different ball game now. This is I was seeing that, I was like, okay, this happened. All right. I'm liking this though. I'm liking it. Then didn't have a cell phone.
True. Well, no. Like I mentioned, because I had to walk to school in elementary, I got my first cell phone when I was in 6th grade.
Mm-mm.
I did. I had a little track phone.
Oh yeah. Only good for making calls.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. That was it.
Only good for make calls, and you get minutes. So it
Right.
it's like, man, don't text me till after 9. My
Man,
minutes,
that AT&T, the AT&T boy.
folks was paying. I remember folks paying for text messages. I was
Yeah.
like, bro, you paying 5 cents a message? I was like,
Yes.
bro, that's crazy.
That's why I like if somebody asks to use my phone, I'd be like, all right, bro, but you can only let the phone ring 3 times. If you let it ring that 4th time and you don't hang up and go to voicemail, it's gonna charge me a whole minute. Now I can't get charged that minute if you ain't gonna actually use that minute, bro.
Right.
So after 3 rings, hang up.
Like, bro, if you call your mom, you like, bro, either I got to borrow a friend's cell phone to call my mom to pick me up from practice,
Right.
or I got to go back into school and find a way to go to the school phone and go use that. Or I got to use the coach phone. Hey, mom, you
Yep.
pick me up. But that was, man, I did not have a cell phone. A couple of my friends had phones, but I did not all through middle school. But Woodell was cool. Woodell Middle was fun. Um, One thing about middle school though, it came and it went. It
Yeah.
came and just like that. I know it's because it was 3 years, but it came and it went.
And it was only 2 for me
Yeah,
because
K through 6 at the other one running.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it
At
did.
two-
But the craziest part about it is though, even within that small amount of time, it was such a changing point in my life.
you learn so much. You learn
So
so
much about myself, and then you learn so much about the people around you too.
at 12 to
And
14 age is real.
yes, yes,
12 to 14, that 3 year gap, it was whew.
it's a lot going on in them years, and you start to realize a lot, and you either gonna go into high school as like you can't tell me shit, or you going into high school like, oh my god, I don't know what the hell I just got myself into. And it depends on the school you went to, really.
I
Who prepared you?
figured that out. I mean, middle school, my 8th grade year, with the high was jumping. I'm talking about they pulling the fire alarm every day.
Oh wow.
They outside. They got fights everywhere. I might have seen somebody get jumped in before. I saw a couple things that was happening. Just being outside the middle school. One time the big brawl happened outside. It was like 7. It was like 7 fights. Big brawl outside. It's girls fighting here, dudes fighting here. A teacher got a fight with a student. It was like, Woodell was like legit crazy. And Mike was already there. So they went through like 5 principals in like a year and a half. In 2 years, they went through like 5 principals. It was like it was bad. But Michael already been there, so I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm going there now. What happened was Mike broke both of his legs in high school.
Damn.
I think he broke his left leg 10th grade year, and then he broke his right leg 11th grade year. So he was playing basketball. He was killing his freshman year, and he was gonna probably play varsity 10th grade year. Broke his leg, had to sit out, worked his ass off. And in 11th grade, he really finna play. And in between that time, we got a new coach, and Coach Johnson. We had problems with him. Rest in peace, Coach Johnson. But he was he was picky in his order of playing folks because he had a son.
Okay.
But so Mike worked his butt off, but coach is messing with him too. So we were just like, my dad was like, man, he probably could. And he was playing AAU ball. So when he played AAU ball, it was a dude he was playing with, one that good. And he said he started varsity at Hardin Academy. I was like, my dad was like, if he started varsity at Hardin Academy, Mike, you go over there and average 30. So Mike almost transferred to either Hardin Academy or he was gonna go to Overton.
Okay.
I was going to go to Christian Brothers.
Okay.
Because my dad told me one of the Christian Brother coaches was at our practice for Wooddale, Wooddale middle practice, and he liked the way I was practicing, so he was like, man, I think he come over here and play ball with us. So my dad told me that, but then he was just like, nah, y'all just stay at Whitehaven. I mean, not Whitehaven, Wooddale. Now they probably would Mike. If Mike wanted to go to Overton, they would took him to Overton because Sherrod went to Overton. So
okay,
if Mike went to Overton, they would have probably just let him go to Overton. But yeah, so we did that. But with that, I mean, middle school, I learned a lot. I kept in touch with people I still talk to this day. I still got their contact information, and we talk for the most part regularly. So, yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to start moving because
no, you good. You good. You
hey,
killing two birds with one stone. You got food cooking, and we can talk. We making it work.
I'm sure, like, don't think I'm not paying attention.
No,
I know this is probably different from any of your other episodes, but welcome to Chelsea's Kitchen.
Hey, she cooking, and sis can cook. I'm putting it down there. My sister can cook. Trust me, I've eaten a lot of my sister's cooking before. And 3 or 4 of them that I know for a fact.
Hey, then of course, I mean, I'm with Zeta. They already know we cook. Zeta, do what we do. You know, it is what it is.
And then 2 of them for sure, I ate they cooking religiously. my episode 8. If y'all still staying with me by now, my episode 8 with my sister Cree, she the other one that can cook.
That's my ADP, y'all. That's my assistant D.
The one that cook. Right. We would be right next door to each other. I'm going over there. She was like, I got food ready. I'm walking over. Say less. I'm bringing the liquor and the weed. So we got
Step boy on Cree.
Right. We got
we was in it.
Weed. I got the food ready. I got the drinks making ready. You cook the food. We chilling, watching, listening to music, watching TV, watching Netflix. Don't know what the hell we watching, but we watching something.
Exactly. And if we ain't watching that, we just got the sound bomb. Somebody connected. Somebody gonna play something eventually.
We card games in there. We in there playing Taboo, Uno.
Man.
We playing spades. We playing every dominoes.
I see. Now we done jumped all the way to college. We done skipped all through high school, man.
Hey, this ain't the first episode and won't be the last one. Hey, college life was that's the best time for one of us.
Yes.
But yeah, leaving middle school, I ended up going to Wooddale. What school you ended up going to?
Leaving Lanier, I ended up going to the high school, Central High. Everyone knows the Warriors.
No.
You know. Get back, bruh. It is the high school. And whoo, boy, Central. Wow, man. Central was legit.
Before you get started with everything, tell me your four best years in order. Your best years of high school. Your favorite to your worst.
My favorite year was junior year. Okay. Hands down, my favorite year was junior year. My least favorite year. I'm sorry. Favorite year was junior year. My second favorite year would have to go to senior.
Okay.
Then I guess mine went in kind of almost the exact order. But yeah, junior, senior, then freshman year. My worst year was my sophomore year. And my worst year was sophomore year because my best friend left me. I was so mad. She had transferred to Tresvant. Ooh. And I was like, bruh, you didn't have to leave me like that. Right. And another strange thing that happened, like the same year she transferred, that summer, I get a random text message saying that she died. And I was like,
oh shit.
Wait, what? I replied, I was like, bro, stop playing. I was like, this shit ain't funny. And the person replied and was like, this is her mom. I'm not joking. I was like, no, you got me messed up, bruh. So I'm crying. I done broke down. I'm trying to get down to the hospital. And then 3 hours later, I get a call out the blue. Chelsea, what's wrong with you? Why you doing all that? I said, bro, you was dead. what do you mean? You was dead. Like, and like after that, I made sure to go see her as much as I could. Cause like once she moved away, my mom, I've never been the type of person, like we don't go out to Fraser, Raleigh. Like we do not go out there at all. But she lived in Fraser, like Gooden in Fraser. And I was like, now it's gonna be hard for me to ask my mom to keep bringing me out.
Oh, definitely, facts.
But my mom did because she saw the value in the friendship. She didn't like the friendship because the girl was the complete total opposite of me. I mean, like I didn't really do anything without someone else, and she was just wild and reckless. She did whatever she wanted to do, basically. I mean, not saying that she didn't mind her mom, but her mom knew how she was, and her mom didn't try to limit her. Mm-hmm. So my mom didn't really like that, but she realized that it was benefiting me because it helped me.
You need that.
I did. I needed to find a confidence in myself because I wasn't carrying myself with any confidence at all. And when I met that particular friend, she brought so much to my life, and I really do appreciate her for that because that's when it all began. That's when I really started to question who Chelsea was and if I really wanted to be the person I had been being. And that's why, like sophomore year, it was the worst year for me, but like, cause I met her in freshman year, and that's why. Yeah, but it was. Yeah, that's what I would say. But I thoroughly enjoyed high school, though.
Yeah. You still play softball in high school?
I did. I started my freshman year. It was the first team I had joined coming out of middle school because I was so high on it at that point because I wanted to see what more I could do. And yeah, got on the team with Coach Bledsoe. That was my girl. Hated when she left Central. That was my girl. And I met a lot of great people that year. And it was the first time, because in middle school, we didn't really feel like a team. Mm-hmm. Or no, let me just say, we felt like a team, but not like sisters, We didn't feel like family. Mm-hmm. But when I got to high school, I don't know what it was, but it just felt like family. We all looked out for each other. We all cared about each other. Of course, we all got in our moods, but we never saw one person on the team as a weak link.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever they did feel like they saw someone as a weak link, they always tried to kind of uplift that person, or they'll slow down a little bit so that person wouldn't feel like they were slacking so much. And that's what really made me appreciate sisterhoods and bonds, because being a part of the softball team at Central, it really made me appreciate being around a genuine group of women.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get that a lot. A lot of women are catty. A lot of women just like to be in drama. But I was like, yeah, we're gonna have our moments where we talk our stuff. Yeah. We're gonna talk, we're gonna do what we do. But at the end of the day, know that when you really need to talk, I'm here for you. And I appreciated that from them.
Oh yeah, it's good. I always had a connection with folks. I had that with some of my teammates, not all of them, but some of them really good dudes to kick it with and talk to and all that. So I understand both ways of that. Um, uh, yeah, if I got to pick my order as far as my high school years, you see my previous episodes, y'all know what my years are, but I still tell them like I didn't know. My favorite year actually was freshman year.
Really?
Freshman year, we was lit in Woodell. That thing was dumb stupid. It was dumb stupid. We all hated the principal, Mr. Banks.
Okay. Dang.
We all hated him. I'm talking about a student hit him in the face, knocked him down. Somebody put a pole through his windshield. Trust me, we did not like Mr. Banks.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm talking about I was seeing fights, people getting stomped. I seen everything. I seen walking down the steps, a big pool of blood down there because somebody got to fighting, somebody got stomped out. It was police on speed dial,
Dang.
fire department on speed dial. Oh yeah, we saw Blue Crush there all the time. When they pull up in them Durangos.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was there all the time. We had this little walkway called the catwalk that
Okay.
street to street. Most of the fights in the school, outside of school now, that happened over there. Most of them happened over there. They happened over there so much the police picked up on it and started going over there. So the fights had to go over to other places. So they started fighting in the middle school, right in between the middle school, fighting in the back of the high school. Folks got to fight in the cafeteria. Folks got to fight outside. Yeah, so Wooddale was jumping my freshman year. It was jumping. My second favorite year actually was sophomore year.
Okay.
Because sophomore year, I was playing football. I was playing my freshman year, but I was just playing JV. Sophomore year, I started varsity.
Okay.
So I'm feeling good. I'm playing, and then Mike's still there. So this is senior year. I'm
Okay.
playing with his upperclassmen, and I'm seeing him play his senior year out. So everything was good. We got Mike middle school principal was Mr. Kyle, and after he left there, he went back down to the board. But just so happened his senior year, Mike got that principal back. That became my principal at Wooddale High. So he knew all the seniors because that was his last 8th grade class that he had. So he knew all of them that was still there. But we had like some folks I played football with that came from. I had folks coming from Colonial, Haven View, Hickory Ridge, and American Way. Middle school, American Way was that rival. That was the rival back in middle school. So high school, a lot of them American Way, they went over there. Some went to Oak Haven, but they went to White Ridge Way, and White Station. They went all the way over there. But we had a couple people from American Way come over there to Woodland, or they went to Sheffield.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, 10th grade just starting that. I ain't gonna lie. I was messing with folks, messing with girls, different schools. It was a lot going on. And the underclassmen, I knew them, so it was a lot going on. Plus, I got my first phone freshman year. That was my first phone freshman year. So I'm talking about I had the LG Spider, the slide up keyboard phone.
Ooh.
I had one of them.
I wanted that one.
I had one of them. And it was touchscreen. So I liked that it was touchscreen.
Yeah.
But I didn't get my first phone until like my junior year, going into my senior year. Those first two phones I had was hand-me-down phones.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, the only reason I got my first phone was because Sherrod got a new phone, Mike took his old phone, and I took his old phone.
Damn.
Yeah. So I took his phone. Sherrod got the new one. Mike got his old one. I got his old one. So that worked out. And then I got that old one. When mine started messing up, I got that old one. It was an HTC. It was an HTC Hero. Mike had a BlackBerry. Mike had a BlackBerry in high school. He had a little BlackBerry.
The fact that you remember all of this, like
my memory is better than a lot of people know and think. I was like, nah, bro, my memory, I'm talking about, I could pinpoint elementary school days. I can pinpoint a lot of stuff or what happened.
I see.
I could pretty much tell you what happened. But yeah, sophomore year, it was love. My third favorite, senior year. It was senior year because senior year was just like, you know how you watch a TV show and you know it's the final season. So they don't throw no curves in there, nothing. It's just smooth sailing the whole season. That's how senior year was.
Oh, dang.
The smooth sailing the whole year. I did some dumb shit. I mean, that's the first week. But yeah, what it is. But I was skipping classes. My absences was high. It was to the point I already knew my mom knew what was up, but they was just like the last 6 weeks when you know they mail you that report card. Yeah, like, you didn't do nothing the last 6 weeks. I was like, yeah, I'm glad you knew. I had like a 2.8. That's the lowest my GPA has ever been.
Damn.
My GPA has always been 3.67 or above. So I did that, man. I had like 10 absences, 11 tardies. I was like, Miss Class, my first 2 periods, my second semester was office assistant and yeah. I didn't have to go to class till like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Mine had it made.
Oh, and they would write you a slip. So while I was at the gym,
that's crazy.
2 days, 2 hours in a row, gym class. Because sometimes study hall want to be a little punk. He didn't want to let people out sometimes. So sometimes we had to sneak out or we'll go to the bathroom and just don't come back type shit. And then sometimes the coaches, they'll fuck with us and they'll let us stay in the gym. Sometimes they'll be like, yeah, bro, y'all go back. Yeah. So it just depends on how they feel. But for the most part, they let us go to the gym. I was like, bro, it's my senior fool. I'm not trying to do. The only thing I cared about was math and English. Those are two I really needed. Like, you had to take a concentration too. So it was like if you took aviation, you had to take 3 aviation classes. If you had art, you had to take art 1, 2, and 3. So we had to have that. My job was in hospitality. It was hospitality, tourism, sports and entertainment, and it was another one we had to do that I was in. But that shit, it was that. Worst year, you can throw it all away. Junior year, man, fuck junior year. You can throw junior year just away.
Dang.
It was trash. One, it was trash. The upperclassmen then, they was cool, but it was just like they really weren't lit like that. All them tests from in 10th and 11th grade, all those tests, taking the ASVAB and all that. I was tired of that. We took the ACT. They gave that's the free ACT year. It was just like, it was boring. And then you waiting to get the senior year, trying to just get out. It was just like, junior year was just trash.
And see, that's the reason I enjoyed my junior year. I guess I had already had the notoriety under my belt at that point from being on the softball team for so long, and I had a bunch of the upperclassmen who knew my name at this point, and a few underclassmen that kind of wanted to know my name at this point, type shit. So I was kind of feeling myself by junior year. That's I ain't even gonna flex. That's when I started asking my mom to order Aeropostale instead of just going to the normal uniform store and just getting whatever.
Like, give me that '87 shirt.
Right, like I was finally to a weight where I could fit in it. From all of the conditioning and on season of softball, and like junior year was just my prime year. Like that was the bitch. I'm back. Like I'm here. Like y'all finna see me here. And oh yeah, senior year just didn't make the cut simply because I broke my ankle my senior year, like the second or third game of our season. So I was pissed. It's the top of the season, my last season. I broke my ankle sliding into home plate at a game versus Overton. And I was pissed. I was out the entire season. I even wore a cast to prom. I was on crutches at prom.
Ooh. Ooh. You still high.
The DJ shouted me out and everything. He was like, y'all ain't got no excuse. She out here on crutches. I said, you better be right. I was feeling myself.
You probably too high to care.
I wasn't even taking my pills like that, man. Like, nah. I was just chilling. I just refused to allow it to ruin my senior experience.
Oh,
and then the people that put my cast on, they were so nice about it. They were like, oh, you going to prom? Oh my God, what color is your dress? Okay, we're gonna match it. You're gonna get the same color as your dress, and then we're gonna put some what they put in it, glow in the dark. So they wrapped it as the color of my dress, and then like in between it, they would put strips of glow in the dark, so when the lights went out, you could still see it. I was like, yeah, clutch. Like I appreciated them for that. They made it a decent experience for me.
Yeah, I had my fair share of injuries playing football. I rolled my ankle so bad a few times. I did because I play center. So I play center. I played center all my life. I didn't want to play center. I've been playing center since a kid. I didn't want to play center in high school because I also played D tackle, and I love playing D tackle. D tackle I love defense way more than offense, but I had so many upperclassmen. Now I almost started my freshman year because ironically, the center that was in front of me is Big Joe. Big Joe the Sigma. He was the center my freshman year. He was a senior.
Oh wow.
So I learned from him some stuff. So I was used to giving him some work in practice though, because I was playing D tackle too. So I used to give him some work as a freshman. But it was so that was that. But it also the reason I ended up playing center and I was cool with it was because I knew that could get me on the field my sophomore year.
Right.
Because Big Joe was graduating.
Okay.
So it was between me and this other dude named Jose. I was like, all right, I ain't worried about Jose. I'm gonna get this rolling. I ain't worried about Jose. I got it rolling. And then Jose ended up stopping playing football too. So I was like, okay, it's mine for sure.
Okay.
So that's that. So that's when you said you knew yourself and everything like that. That's how my sophomore year was.
Okay.
So by that time, I was like, it wore off some junior year because I was like, them ninth graders that came in, and my ninth grade year was the last year where everybody was all together in one building. My sophomore year, they was building the freshman academy right on the outside of our school.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wasn't taking honors classes or taking gym class or going to lunch, the freshmen were over there.
Okay.
So they were separated from us. My freshman year was the last year they put you together. So when some of them freshmen came in, I knew some of them, but I really didn't know them like that because a lot of them were separated. Mm-hmm. And then my junior year, like I said, yeah, I knew the 10th graders because I knew them from middle school and I knew them from ninth grade too. But them other ninth grade, I didn't know them as much. And then the seniors, they was aight. So that year, I was just like, man, bro, it ain't worth it. Sophomore year was, it was worth it. Football, I made all district, honorable mention all district my sophomore year. So I was loving it. But I rolled my ankle bad. I'm talking about, I'm rolling them jumps. Did quarterback sneak, and my ankle got caught under the pile.
Ooh.
It was.
Ooh. Yeah, that sounds bad.
Yeah,
that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, it hurt.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Instantly, they put the ice bag instantly on it. But I ended up going back in the game. It was a game against Overton when I did it.
See, Overton, them people, they aggressive.
Man, quarterback and that John hurt. So I took it off, but I'm limping all the way down the field. Up and down the field, I'm limping because that John hurt.
I'm sure.
Flip flops to school because I can't put shoes on. I ain't putting them ankles on. I'm still practicing, but I got a tight ankle brace on. But senior year, we had a few dances and stuff like that. You know, of course, the biggest thing was prom. I wore my gray and blue. To prom.
I was in orange. I was in a real nice, like sunset orange. It was real nice.
Yeah. And then if you had saw my picture I posted on Snap, I was like, that was my football way back then.
Yeah,
that's my foot. I was like, yeah, I need to get back down now. That I think my senior year, my junior year and senior year, I was in the best shape of my life playing ball. My junior and senior year.
Yeah.
It was. I was back then. I probably about 220, 230. But I can move.
Yeah.
I can still move now, but it was a little bit slower.
I know mine's slower than it. But I'm honestly like, I'm at a better weight, or I'm close to now a better weight than I was even in high school. I think the smallest I remember getting in high school was probably 212.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big gal. I ain't never denied that. But yeah, I think the smallest I got was about 212. But the smallest I've gotten as an adult, I got down to 204. I loved how that looked on me. Oof. Then I went and found love again and got back up to about 250. Like, it's amazing what happiness can do to you, boy.
Yeah, I got down to, I think the best weight I was in college, right after I got offline.
Yeah.
Best shape I was in. I knew, that was probably the best shape I was in because it was just, I was around back down to some of that high school weight. I was probably about 225, 230.
Mm-hmm.
I gained that weight back. I know I'm probably over 3 right now. I know I need to get back down to 240 into my 230, 220 range.
Yeah.
A long way to go, but that's the best. 220.
It comes with time and dedication and all that. And when you actually ready to start, you will. Because when you try to force it, it never ends well. Yeah. It never ends well. So
but what I'm doing now is too, I've cut out a lot of drinks and juice and stuff. So I drink a gallon of water Monday through Friday every day. I drink a gallon of water. On the weekends, I drink water, but I don't go the gallons on the weekend. Mm-hmm. I may take a sip of juice or something, but I really don't. I still would drink water, just less of it.
Yeah.
But Monday through Friday, I'm drinking gallon. I got set up drinking that, but then I was like, once I could get that underway, I think when I go start working out, it's water weight.
And I'm like, that's all it is water weight for the most part.
Yeah. So once I was about to say, if that first 30, 40 pounds I lose gonna be water weight, it's gonna be that next when you start losing 2 pounds a week, a half a week, or 1 pound a week. That's when you have to like still go to the gym, still go.
Yeah.
And then me and SJ like to cook too, so that helps out too.
You know, I love throwdown. I'm doing it now. Shit.
I cook, she cook, we take turns cooking and stuff like that. And she really doesn't hinder me when it when it comes to food. She allows me to, if I want to go try something else, she let me try it.
Well, yeah, I mean, because honestly, it starts in the kitchen, yes, obviously, but it doesn't mean that you have to restrict yourself from everything. Honestly, giving into those temptations will help you more than restricting yourself, because the moment that you finally get it, you tend to overindulge in it.
Right.
So it's really just about proportions.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. I was exercising because of course, you know, I work at FedEx. So being in a warehouse, I'm always moving. So I'm always burning some type of calorie. But I would leave work at 8:30, 8:45 in the morning, go straight to the gym for about a whole hour, hour and a half. And I never changed how I ate. I would still stop at Sonic when I left the gym and I'd give me a cheeseburger combo, bruh, because I just got off of work and the gym. I need to replenish something, you know? But it was really just about how you did it. As long as you know, like they say, as long as you um burn more calories than you take in, then you're destined to lose some weight, you know. But it's just about how you do it. But I still eat my burgers. I was still eating my freaking crab legs and butter and bread and rice and mashed potatoes. But I just
it's potato. I love potatoes. Potatoes just.
but
Potatoes.
you just gotta listen to your body. You gotta know when you're full and not when you're just eating because it's good type stuff. And that's the discipline that comes with it.
Right.
So
yeah.
Just a little side note. I know we kind of got off topic with that one, but still.
That's part of the whole show. We do that. Yeah. But yeah, I do all that and everything like that. I don't eat pork or beef no more either. I've been stopped.
Right.
That's been for like 2 years. So
you did say that. I commend you because I can't give up my bacon. Although I did just stop myself from putting it in my greens.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, ribs was my pissed off. That what made me, I was like, ah. So I was like, you know what? You probably could have still ate beef, you know, because you beef, you was like, oh, you could go get you a burger. And I was like, bro, just cook me these beef ribs. I could just eat ribs. But you know, I ended up cutting both of them out. And I don't regret none of that, because at first I thought I couldn't do it. I was like, so I tried it for a week just to see. And I was like, okay, ain't that bad. Then next thing you know, it's been a month, 2 months, 3 months, and you just like, kind of, it's cool. That's the only.
I don't know if I'll ever get to that point, but I mean, once again, I commend you, good sir, for the good fight you are fighting.
Yeah, pork and beef. But I was like, I get turkey burgers. I can still eat them.
I do love turkey burgers.
Right. I still got seafood and chicken, so I can find ways to dress all of that up, and I can substitute turkey meat for beef on a lot of stuff. And I still have turkey sausage. I mean, I like turkey bacon, but I'd rather have turkey sausage.
That turkey bacon is rubber.
Yeah,
taffy.
Sausage, but I can still eat. I was like, I can still eat all the seafood. So I love fish, shrimp, crab. Yeah. I can still eat all that. And then I was like, bro, I got substitute for stuff. Japanese food, Chinese food. It's still a lot of different things I can use. Yeah. So that's why I'm not too tripped about it. You just gotta find creative ways to cook it.
Very, very creative ways to cook it. You are absolutely right. Like that dang that carrot bacon that they made.
Why they just people know people just don't know what they need to know, which is don't try that. But anyway, when we back to high school, we was cooking in high school. Trust me, we was eating everywhere.
Yes.
Cooking up them grades. What schools were you looking at when you was cooking up them grades?
Okay, so I don't really know why, but honestly, the first thing that popped up in my head, that's a lie. The first school that popped up in my head was Xavier. When I was looking at schools, I wanted to go to Xavier. I was always told that they had a really good pharmacy program and everything, and that their sciences were just, really up to par as far as my progression into pharmacy.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. Let me look into Xavier a little bit. But then I was like, I don't do hurricanes, I don't really do natural disaster. I know how to swim, but I prefer not to.
Uh, so that'd be your dream school? Was Xavier your dream school?
I think, yeah, I guess if I had to say if I had one, because I never did a lot of research on colleges, whether it was HBCU, PWI, I just never did a lot of research on them.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was going to college. I really didn't care where. Right. It was just about who accepted me, like who was going to offer me the most, What am I worth? But I kind of went to Martin because I had family that went to Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And then Martin was only 2 hours away from Memphis, so I felt like I was close enough. If anything happened, I could shoot back, but far enough where I could get my feet grounded without my mom being right there by my side. So that's why I went with Martin. Because Xavier was too far. It was 6 hours. I was like, 8 hours. I don't really know. Wait, how far is Xavier? Is it 5 hours? 5 hours. I don't know if I want to be that far. And I never really looked into TSU or JSU because, this is no surprise to anyone. I'm a little bitch, So I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it there. It's not for me. And then a lot of people that I went to school with, they were applying to Knox, and I was like, I don't want to go somewhere where I'm gonna see the same faces I just saw for the past 4 years. So MTSU, Knox, TSU, all of that, Murfreesboro, like all of that was just, nah, I don't want to do that. No one was talking about Martin, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna do Martin. And they accepted me. And then I found out Trent was going there and Linnell was going there. And I was like, oh shit, I got friends. Because when I broke my ankle, Linnell was the one person that was legit there for me. As far as like she was taking notes for me in calculus class, she was keeping me up to par in classes in general. When I got back, she made sure that I got around school easily and everything because I was in a wheelchair. So like she legit looked out for me. So to know that she was going there with me, that was awesome. And then Trent was like my brother, still is my brother. We tight. Been knowing each other since freshman year. And then when he said he was going there, I was like, oh man, we good, Little Central, just a small group of us was still there. So I wasn't going onto campus completely lost. Mm-hmm. And that was something that I felt real good about. I got some people that I can actually go and talk to and get grounded with. And then we started realizing more people from Central came. We had about a good 20 or so people in our class. And I was like, all right, cool. I can do this. As opposed to if I would have gone to MTSU or Knox or anything more east, I would have been seeing the same faces every day.
Well, like I told y'all, she my sister because basically her story is kind of basically identical to mine of why, outside of being a little bit in TSU and stuff like that, outside of that, I knew I wasn't going to TSU because TSU and I thought about HBCUs and stuff like that, but my mom already told me I wasn't going to TSU or Lyon. TSU or Lyon, I wasn't going to either one of them. So those two was already out the books for me. So the only ones I got left is Lemoyne and Fisk. I wasn't going to Fisk. I looked at the campus was even smaller than Martin, and two, that tuition is a privately owned institute. So that tuition was 20,000-30,000 a year type stuff. It was like expensive. I was like, that's a lie. I'm definitely not going to Lemoyne because I ain't staying in Memphis. So right. I had scholarships. I got a scholarship to Christian Brothers, but I still would have to pay like $12,000 out of pocket on top of that each year. So they gave me a $10,000 scholarship for 4 years, but I still was gonna have to come out 12 to like $14,000 in loans.
Mm.
Outside of that, man, one thing Wooddale did when we was in high school, we toured. We toured the colleges. We toured University of Memphis all the time, but we always went to Lamont on and University of Memphis. That's why we always went on those little school trips. But one time we went to Christian Brothers, and I saw the dorms and everything over there too. I was like, for this, I was like, it's a wrap.
Yeah, nah.
Oh, and I know I want going to Rose. Knew I want to Rose. So Christian Brothers, Rose, Lemoyne, and University of Memphis. I think I just applied to Memphis just because they like waived the fee and stuff. But I wasn't going to University of Memphis, so I was going to school. It was either going to be UT Martin because, like you, I had family that went there.
Okay.
Well, I was there. Mike was there. My mom graduated from Martin, so I had family that went through there. MTSU, I knew it was going to have a lot of people in my school. University of Memphis, knew that was going to have people there. UT, I knew that was going to have people there. So it was like 3 or 4 people that went to Wooddale with me that was in my class that ended up going to Martin. But it was people, upperclassmen that went to Martin. It was upperclassmen that went to Martin from Wooddale. So I knew some of them when I got there. So it was cool. So mine was either going to MTSU, they were still on my list. UTM was first, but MTSU, Austin P. Austin was the third one, and then it was Ole Miss.
Ole Miss was on my list.
I looked at Ole Miss, but then I was like, bruh, this $50 fee. I don't feel like paying that $50 application fee. I know I could get into school because I got into schools all across the country, St. John's and all this stuff. So I knew I could get in. But I was just like, do I really want to go? Not too ready. Cut it. So that one got thrown away pretty quick. Austin P got thrown away pretty quick. Sometimes I do think I should look in Austin P a little bit more, but Austin P got thrown away. So it was either UTM or MTSU. So my second thing was you got one transfer rule in college. So if you have a school you don't like it, you can transfer once. But wherever you transfer to, that's where you stand.
Okay.
Troy went to HBCU his freshman year. He went to Mississippi Valley. He went to Mississippi Valley State. He went there, didn't really like it, ended up transferring to Martin. Mike, he went to UT Knox.
Okay.
He was at Knox for a semester. He applied for an internship at Disney, got it, and did not go to school his second semester. He was at an internship in Disney.
Dang.
Transferred to Martin that summer. So, this is what we're going to do. You just go to Martin.
Yeah, just go. You ain't got to go through all that.
You can transfer. But you're going to stay wherever you transfer. Okay. Right. So, I ended up going to Martin. But like I said, you had that friend, and I had people that went to Central too, because my cousin Keith, everybody, when I first posted him when I was a freshman or something like that, I was like, happy birthday, cousin, or something like that, or it was Christmas, and I took pictures with him. And I was like, you know Keith? You know Keith? I was like, yeah, that's my cousin. That's blood.
Matter of fact, I remember the video it was that you posted. It was Christmas, and y'all were at someone's house, and that he was singing, and you were standing next to him, and I was like, you know him? I remember the exact video. I was like, how the hell you know Keith?
Christmas carols, and my auntie, when I told you I grew up in the summertime when my auntie Sugar house and all them, my grandmama house, where they grew up at in South Memphis, that's the house.
Okay.
Every Christmas Eve, we have a Christmas Eve party at that house. And we've been doing that since I was a kid. So every year we had one. Even with all the relatives that have died during the year and everything like that. That was the one thing my granddad passed on Christmas that year, 2016. He died on Christmas. So that was a tough Christmas. That's one of them tough ones.
Yeah.
So but Christmas Eve, we have a Christmas Eve party every year. And my grandmama, she had died. See, my granddad had lived without my grandmama for like 15 years.
Dang.
15, 16 years. My grandma died back in 01.
Ooh, that's rough.
She died like a month before Christmas. So yeah, she died like right around Thanksgiving.
Dang, that's rough.
So yeah, so he was doing that for like 15 years. So having that, but so I didn't know how it was gonna work out. But last year, you talking about all my cousins, everybody that I did not expect to see. We was all at that house that Christmas Eve party, and we caught up like we never caught up before. It's been a long time. So I still talk to them and everything like that. But yeah, Keith, Sam was. I played football with Sam in middle school. Sam Martin.
Martin, okay, yeah, Samuel Martin, yeah.
Him, Darnisha, his sister, and all them. Yeah, I knew them from middle school.
Okay.
It was a couple other people like I knew that went to Central. Then y'all got my old football coach too. Coach Crushfield.
Okay.
Coach Crushfield was my football coach at Wooddale.
For real?
Yeah. Before he came to Central, he was my football coach at Wooddale.
More you know.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I know Central enough. That's why I took my second ACT. I took the ACT twice. So that's why I took I took it the free one they gave us in March, and then I took it again in June. When I took it in June, it was at Central. So I took it, I got 19 both times. I was like, all right, I'm good.
I got a 18 my first time and a 22 my second time. And I was like, yeah, I'm good, bro. Because we only needed the 21. And I had already had the 3.5 GPA. So I was like I'm good.
It was like a 3.5 and an 18 or a 2 and a 21. I was like, bro, I got a 3.8 and this 19. I'm good. I can get the lottery scholarship. I can get it. But yeah. But when it came to my dream schools, I'm an LSU. I love LSU. So LSU football. So LSU has definitely been one of my schools. I got 3 schools. One of them. Second one, Howard. I would definitely would have went to Howard. So I got one down south, one on the East Coast, and then the West Coast, it would have been like UCLA or US. Okay. I would have went out there to the West Coast to the Cali schools. So I would turn up out there. If money was no issue, those would be my 3 places I went.
Well, that makes sense. You big on sports, so.
Oh yeah.
that makes plenty of sense.
Yeah, gotta love it. So we all leave here. Like I said, we end up choosing Martin, so we go to Martin. Getting that freshman year, I was freshman. Getting in the morning, we starting out. We had some fun times.
Yes.
Martin, when we just get there, like I said, well, so the people know, I had older brothers that went there. So I used to visit when I was like 15, 16. So I stuff. And then get there my freshman year, we still having sets and parties everywhere. Union City Armory.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We turned that Dresden Armory up before they turned it up, before they said we couldn't do it no more.
Multiple times.
Oh boy. But
what else we had? Oh yeah, when we had Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Man, Cheers was the man. I went, and Cheers is probably still my freshman year. I went to my first party at Cheers, and it was the best party I went to, but it was the most dangerous party I had went to.
Oh, definitely.
And I remember everything, but I just remember. Well, like I said, I remember everything. Well, the main thing I remember is just exiting through this one small hole that was in a fence. Everybody was like, "Yeah, I gotta get out." And we was like, "Where?" Yeah. We just went through a hole. And then as soon as we got in the car, all we heard was gunshots. And I was like, you know what, bro, get me out of here. But I still talk about that dang party to this day because it was the best party I had been to until they shut that joint down. Because I don't know what in the world made them play. Oh, I don't know. I remember the songs, but I don't remember the songs. But they played both of them back to back. And I was like, bro, you know that these 2 songs they finna get the fighting off of. I don't understand. DJ didn't care. I think it was probably Chi-Town. I was like, bro, why?
Three Craig, Chi-Town, none of them cared. It was like, we're gonna play this. Now, me, my brother and them, we all that. When we ever play music, we'll slow it down. I ain't got time. I'm finna put on my get out of jail free card. It's gonna be Lucy by Pretty Ricky. I play that joint every time, and it's good.
Man, those folks did not care.
Right.
Now,